Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Here's the Lineup. I don't know where to start. This match is crazy. It was mad. Man United were the architects of their own downfall, literally. United played so well in the first half. Come second leg, they look like they want to get themselves out of the competition. I don't know what to say for them. I really don't. They started off on the front foot, pressing really well. Early offside goal by Sancho, but really good pressing by Anthony. Sabitzer, good energy. He scored the first goal around 14 minutes. Bruno picked up the ball and just found him in space, and he was able to just turn and then have a shot off on goal, and it went in. It was a good start by United. They had so much energy. They were playing really well, controlling the game, dominating Sevilla. Martial was so tidy. He looked on form today. Everything was just coming off for United. They had one of them games. It could have been four, five, six goals in the first half. Sabitzer really impressed me. Bruno, really good. Anthony, very good attacking play. They were all just on it. And then Sabitzer added another goal in the 21st minute. He looked really electric. Martial picked up the ball. He was able to dribble. It was a bit of a transitional moment. And then he was able to pick out a playmaker's ball, an Ericsson type pass, and picked out Sabitzer. That goal really impressed me because of the fluidity with the front five. So Sabitzer was in a position that you'd expect Martial to be in, and Martial was in a position you'd expect Casemiro or even Bruno to be in. And he was able to pick out Sabitzer with a really neat pass, and Sabitzer was able to finish really, really neatly as well. That was towards the middle of the first half, and then towards the end of the first half, United were still in control, but they were giving the ball away a little bit too much for my liking. They were letting Sevilla grow into the game. Sevilla could have scored, near the last few minutes of the first half with a corner. De Gea made a great save, and then Varane was able to head it off the line. But that's pretty much where everything positive for United ends. First half. Sevilla started the second half really, really well. They were really bright, attacking. Sancho didn't really impress me today. I thought that nothing really worked well for him. He was slipping, or maybe he was trying to do a pass and it just wouldn't come off. There wasn't really much that I could praise about Sancho's performance today. On the flip side, I thought Anthony was really, really good. He was attacking really well. He was taking his man on and beating him. He was really unlucky to hit the bar on the 61st minute. I thought that that would have been a great goal and that would have killed the game for United. However, that just was not the case. Ten Hag made three substitutions around the 65th minute. Weghorst, Ericsson, and Elanga came on for Sancho, Martial, and Bruno, which for me, I wasn't too happy with the Bruno substitution because he was like the whole creation for United. Him coming off just meant that there wasn't as much attacking output from United. And then Pellistri came on for Anthony, and I feel like the attacking output for United really just died. There wasn't much. Weghorst was there. He had a great chance to lay off to Elanga for an easy finish, but for some reason he couldn't see him and laid it off to Malacia for a more difficult shot. And now look, Malacia, I usually rate him, but I thought he had a terrible performance today. I was a bit critical on him on the Everton game. I thought that he had lapses of concentration, and he just showed that tenfold. There was a ball that went over and it went right across him, but he fell asleep, and Jesus Navas was able to run in behind him and then, make a shot, and it came off of Malacia for an own goal. I thought that he was really, really poor in that moment because all he had to do was stick out his foot, and he's got the ball. But instead, he let it bounce across him, knowing that there's someone behind him. And then a few minutes after that, they were able to get a second goal from a header that deflected off of Maguire. And now look, usually I think United deserve to draw or to lose when they draw and lose. But this was a match that United themselves gave to Sevilla. And knowing Sevilla and what they can do, it was a really stupid game management decision from them to just deteriorate like that. Instead of them scoring more goals, they just crumbled and conceded two very stupid, easy goals. And ultimately, all you can do is laugh because it doesn't make sense. Even the second goal, I think anyone watching it would have just sat there in disbelief, like, what has just happened? I think for Ten Hag, all he can do is just not make those substitutions again, which is, when you're really controlling a match and then you go into the second half and the control is slipping away from you, maybe don't take off your strongest players because we see what happened, isn't it? But yeah, ultimately, United did it to themselves. Sevilla were not, they weren't good. They weren't astounding. They gave United so much space, and United took advantage, but then ultimately they shot themselves in the foot at the end of the game. It's also disappointing for United because Bruno can't play in the second half, too many yellow cards, and now Martinez is probably popped his Achilles heel, and he's probably going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks or probably more. And he was United's best player this season, apart from Rashford and Casemiro. So ultimately, it's a really disappointing game if you're a United fan. If you're Sevilla, you're probably going to win the second leg because let's face it, at this point, they just have magic. I don't know what it is. But yeah, that'll do it for the end of my analysis. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you did, and leave a comment on anything else that you'd like to see. And I hope you have a good day.